The story begins on a cold November night in the small coastal town of Ravenshore. Detective Ethan Cross, a man known for his sharp instincts and even sharper temper, stood over a lifeless body sprawled in an abandoned warehouse. The victim's identity? Helen Ward, a 32-year-old schoolteacher who had mysteriously vanished 3 days earlier. Her face was bruised. Her clothes torn. Her pulse gone. Or, so everyone thought. Ethan scanned the crime scene carefully. Nothing about it made sense. There was no blood, no sign of a struggle, and the body looked staged. But the coroner arrived, checked the vitals, and confirmed it. Dead for at least 6 hours, case closed. But Ethan couldn't shake a feeling, a strange, crawling instinct he had learned never to ignore. Something about Helen's lifeless face looked wrong. Too calm. Too clean. Too deliberate. Later that night, Ethan returned to his office. He opened Helen Ward's file and stared at her photo. Happy. Smiling. A woman without enemies. No financial issues. No dark relationships. Why would someone kill her? Suddenly, Ethan's phone buzzed. An unknown number. He answered. But no one spoke. There was only breathing, shaky, panicked breathing. Helen? Ethan whispered instinctively. The line went dead. His pulse jumped. Helen Ward was dead. He saw her body. He signed the papers. So how could she call him? The next morning, Ethan rushed back to the morgue. But the body was gone. The coroner looked confused, sweating nervously. Detective, I swear it was here last night. Ethan scanned the room. The table where Helen's body should be was empty. Only a small sticky note lay on the tray. It read, "Stop looking for me. I'm safe or dead." Ethan froze. She was alive. And running. Ethan dug deeper into Helen's background, something he should have done earlier. Her bank account had sudden withdrawals. Her phone records showed calls to burner numbers. And her laptop search history led Ethan to an abandoned lighthouse on the edge of Ravenshore. The lighthouse was eerie, silent, swallowed by fog. Its door was slightly open, like someone entered in a hurry but tried not to slam it. Inside, dusty footprints led upstairs. And at the very top, Helen Ward was sitting in a corner. Alive. Breathing. Shaking. Her eyes snapped to Ethan, terrified. You weren't supposed to find me, she whispered. Helen confessed, but not everything. I didn't die, she said quietly. I faked it. Ethan stared. Why? Who are you running from? Her lips trembled. Everyone. Ethan demanded answers, but Helen refused. Then she said something that made his skin crawl. Detective, the person who wants me dead works inside your department. Ethan stiffened. She continued. That night, at the warehouse, someone injected me with a drug. Paralyzing, slowing my breathing. They needed everyone to believe I was dead. But why? Ethan asked. Helen shook her head, tears spilling. Because I saw something I wasn't supposed to. What did you see? She hesitated. Then, footsteps echoed below. Someone else was inside the lighthouse. Helen's eyes widened in raw terror. He found me. Ethan drew his gun, motioning Helen to stay behind him. The footsteps grew faster, heavier. Suddenly, a shot blasted through the silence. Glass shattered. Helen screamed. Ethan tackled her to the ground as bullets ripped through the wooden walls. Someone was trying to kill her, again. The shooter fled down the stairs. Ethan ran after him, but the fog outside swallowed everything. The figure vanished like a ghost. But Ethan saw enough. A tall man, black gloves. And a familiar gait. Someone he worked with. Someone who knew police tactics. Back at his car, Ethan demanded the truth. Finally, Helen broke. I saw Officer Marcus Hale, she whispered, stealing evidence from a crime scene. Something big, something dangerous. Hale? Ethan's jaw clenched. He's been with the department for 10 years, Helen nodded. That warehouse where you found me, that's where he hides things. He caught me watching him. He injected me, staged my death, and planned to bury me before sunrise. Ethan felt the weight of her words like concrete. Officer Marcus Hale, one of his closest colleagues. A man he trusted with his life. But if Helen was telling the truth, he was a murderer. Ethan returned to the precinct, pretending everything was normal. Then he checked the logs. Marcus Hale had been on patrol near the lighthouse earlier that morning. Exactly when the shooter appeared. Ethan's blood ran cold. Just as he closed the file, Hale stepped into the office. Smiling. Long day, huh? Want to grab coffee? Ethan nodded slowly. But inside, he knew. The man standing inches away from him had tried to kill a woman and framed it as a murder investigation. Ethan used Helen's note to his advantage. He leaked a false intel report suggesting Helen Ward had been spotted near an old barn outside town. He knew Hale monitored internal communications. He knew Hale would go there to finish the job, so Ethan hid there in the shadows, waiting. At midnight, Hale arrived. Gun drawn. Flashlight off. Moving like a predator. Helen, he whispered, I know you're here. Ethan stepped out behind him. No, but I am. Hale froze. Then, slowly, he smirked. So, you figured it out. The confrontation was tense, thick with unspoken history. Hale admitted everything. Yes, I stole evidence. Yes, I took bribes. Yes, I silenced people who got in my way. Including her. But why Helen? Ethan demanded. She wasn't supposed to be there, Hale growled. She was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And the injection? A paralytic, Hale shrugged. She was supposed to stop breathing long enough for the coroner to sign off. Ethan felt sick. Hale continued. And you, always so righteous, Ethan. I knew you'd dig too deep. That's why Helen had to stay dead. Hale suddenly whipped out his gun. A shot fired. Ethan dove behind cover. Another shot cracked through the barn walls. Ethan returned fire, grazing Hale's shoulder. Hale charged, tackling Ethan to the ground. The two men fought brutally, years of trust shattering with every punch. Finally, Ethan grabbed a piece of metal from the floor and slammed it against Hale's arm, knocking the gun away. He pinned Hale down. It was over. Hale was arrested. His entire operation, bribes, stolen evidence, falsified cases, was exposed. Helen Ward was placed in protective custody. And Ethan? He stood outside the safe house one last time as Helen approached him. You saved my life, she said softly. Ethan shook his head. No, you saved yourself. I just followed the clues, she smiled faintly. For now, I'll stay dead, it's safer. Ethan nodded. As she walked away, disappearing into a new life, Ethan realized something. Sometimes the dead aren't gone. Sometimes they're just hiding. And sometimes, the truth is louder than a heartbeat.